Now we're cooking. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Oakland Raiders taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Right down. 185.
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. The 20. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella.
We gonna shut y'all down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
We're good.
On second down now, Richard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Throwing his car on third down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Benson Mayowa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, Richard. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing line.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Carr gives to Rashard. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. They start the drive with Cook. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They run again on first down. Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 39, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. They'll find his running back here, Richard. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They come out here in the eye. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Carr going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends on the Jalen Richard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. Now Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. They run, Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Anthony Barr make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now Carr, and he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Anthony Barr has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. But that right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. To throw is Carr.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you talk about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Carr to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They run the counter. Richard. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that can get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some